Yeah, Stephen Jones thought that he could have played advantage then, because the ball was knocked back by the Japanese and there was a try scored by Stephen Jones.
Again, the chance is on for Wales as Gareth Thomas steps back inside, and the first try for Wales coming after just 4 minutes. Wales storming onto the attack, and Gareth Thomas with his 22nd international try sets the Welsh flags in the crowd waving.
As the Japanese are waiting for Wales to take that penalty. They're naive defending, but they took it quickly. See Gareth Cooper here, and there's such a big overlap there. That long pass made it. Quinnell flipped it out. Gareth Thomas, little dummy, and then sidestep, and he knows the way to the line, and he has got a good record against Japan, scoring tries in Bloemfontein in the World Cup a few years ago. Good try by Wales, good start. Yes, I was surprised that Wales took the tap penalty way upfield. I thought they would try to slow the game down, but obviously they surprised the Japanese by the way they wanted to handle it.
The conversion from Stephen Jones, just the left of the sticks, is good, and Wales are 7 points to the good after just 5 minutes play. That, JJ, just the start they wanted.
Perfect start. There's been good line-out, good scrummage, and good missed passes in midfield. And Gareth Thomas back in the middle of the field. You see this long pass made, this long one out. Quinnell sensibly gave it out to Gareth Thomas, who had Shane Williams outside him, threw the dummy, and then saw the gap and sprinted over. That's a perfect start. And that will surprise the Japanese, because they've taken a quick tap penalties. They wanted to play it at pace, so I think Wales have shocked them.
Now this is a phase of play where Wales have struggled now and again over the last few years, the restarts. Moore is underneath it, can't take it cleanly though. And Lloyd's efforts to retrieve are in vain. It'll be a Japanese scrummage, 15 metres inside the Wales half, a chance for Murata, who plays for the French club Bayonne, to get his backs going. Wales putting the Japanese front row under pressure then.
Yes, Chris Anthony giving Hasegawa, who's quite an experienced Japanese proper torrid time there. Hasegawa taking that scrum down. But Wales already got the upper hand in the scrum.
Stephen Jones then was practicing kicking down this touchline yesterday, but he hasn't got too much length on this one, despite a slight breeze which is swirling round slightly. But Wales with a toe hold in the Japanese half. Stephen Jones back at fly half after Gavin Henson and Lee Jarvis didn't quite make the part in the two opening games. Moore is in possession, the captain. Cooper back inside to Gavin Thomas. Clever play from Wales. Iestyn Thomas is on the ball now, looks for support for Geraint Lewis. Gareth Cooper almost away. Now Wales have another overlap. Have they got the room to make the most of it? Kevin Morgan back inside. Oh, did that just go into touch? Play on, says the touch judge on that far side. Now Wales have to make the opportunity again. Geraint Lewis has got a neat little chip. Mark Jones is waiting for it. Jones chases, and Mark Jones gets his first try for Wales. What a start from the tourists.
Yes, the way they're reforming nice and deep and then throwing these long passes. Geraint Lewis there we see in shot, sensibly chipped that ball ahead, and Mark Jones wanted the kind bounce and he had it. Plenty of pace, and there's another one, an excellent try again, this time on the right. I like the way, Nick, the Wales are reforming. They're nice and deep, they're putting the ball through the hands, the forwards and backs are handling it superbly. You see they've reformed. Iestyn Thomas making the big charge, and this is what Wales are nice and deep behind them. Geraint Lewis getting with the supporters, looking for support all the time. Gareth Cooper handling for the second time and wanted to pass out to the tackle. And then there you see the formation. Gareth Thomas, Kevin Morgan, all out there. Now, did this ball go into touch? The ball was thrown back anywhere, but then Wales have reformed. This is where this try was made, by this ball being nice and deep.
There's the conversion going over from Stephen Jones, and Wales lead by 14 points to 0. Mark Jones's try converted by Stephen Jones.
Yes, lovely chip ahead there by Geraint Lewis, as I was saying. He saw that the midfield were marked, we saw a huge gap out wide, and there is a very big in goal area as well, allowing Mark Jones then to have that ball bounce back kindly for him.
Kurihara then, the right wing, taking the restarts for Japan as Wales face up. Moore again, this time it's a safe catch, help from Andrew Lewis. Cooper away to Stephen Jones, and Wales starting at a blistering pace. Durston confidence in his first international, as has Gavin Thomas. A couple couple of early handling moments for the flanker. Now Durst in that neat little inside jink. Chris Anthony was up in support. They're almost on halfway now. Geraint Lewis again makes the pass out the tackle. Shane Williams can't quite get round his man.
No, it's not going to come from that.
Just Geraint Lewis throws these lovely passes and he passes it around the tackle. Has such good ball skills with him. It's good to see also that Justin Thomas, Andrew Lewis and Chris Anthony out front row handle the ball and run well with it.
Shogo Mukai, the Japanese coach, just his third international, taking over after Ireland had thrashed Japan 78-9 last November.
19.
And Wales doing well then again in the scrummage. It went round 90, so Wales get the put in.
Yes, Japan haven't won a scrum yet, which would be disappointing for them. It's one thing that they've prided themselves on over the years is their solid scrum. He's showing shots of Shigu Mukai, the Japanese coach. He won't be happy at all with the start that his side have made. It's all Wales so far.
Wales taking every opportunity to get the water bottles on, as they have to, John, in this heat.
Yes, it's around about 90 degrees out there, and we must emphasise to people back home that we were out there early on, and it was incredibly humid there as well, apart from the bright sunshine. So we'll see a lot of water being taken on board and substitutions made throughout this game.
Come on.
Referee Rob Dixon just making a point or two to Andy Moore during that break in play. Again, the scrum going down on this near side to the cameras, but unfortunately the far side to Mr. Dixon, so he couldn't quite work out what was happening between Hasegawa there with the scrum cap and Chris Anthony.
Crouch and hold. Wait.
Hasegawa has 25 caps to his credit. Wales the weight advantage of more than a stone a man in this scrimmage.
Standing up. You stay down.
This time it's the Wales front row that are penalised. Justin Thomas and a little bit of bother with Toyoyama, a 20-stoner on the Japanese tight head.
Yes, the referee Rob Dixon saying that Wales are standing up in the scrum. That's why he's given Japan the penalty.
Calm down.
Calm down is the message from referee Dixon, making sure that he's in charge. He has officials from Australia and New Zealand on the touchline, as Japan work that touchline on the far side of the field. Now they've taken the line out quickly. Onishi getting his backs going. This is good ball for Japan, going right. Now Wales' defence is stretched for a while, the forwards having to work hard. Japan driving on the blind side. Wales won't want to concede a try at this stage, having made such an inspiring start, as Murata gets it away. He's got a dummy run in midfield. Wales fringing on offside there, but Japan take play back in. They're powering down the middle, and they could make the most of it here as their forwards drive towards the line. They're just 5 metres out now. Miss the overlap opportunity. Fullback Matsuda was waiting on the outside. Wales have just about sneaked it there, and Japan have knocked it forward despite the Japanese cries for Welsh hands in that ruck.
Yes, and Japanese cries for an overlap on the left. Matsuda, the fullback, was screaming for the ball. Mark Jones, the right wing, was dragged in there. There was a huge overlap on this side, but they intended to go down the middle instead, and a chance missed, and Wales have a turnover and they put in the scrum.
Pick up from Geraint Lewis. Gareth Cooper, Wales attacking out of defence. Kevin Morgan up to the 22, kicks ahead. This could be dangerous. Morgan has got quite a head of speed. He's winning the race at the moment. If he can keep the ball under control, this could be a sensational breakaway try for Kevin Morgan. What a return to international rugby after 3 years for Kevin Morgan. Sensational start for Wales.
Too easy, wasn't it, really? Scrum from their own line, turnover, and Kevin Morgan showing his blistering pace there to break away. Thought Wales would just look for the touchline, but they surprised with the overlap they had. I think he wanted to look the switch with Mark Jones, instead of kicked ahead, and it was number 8, Saito, going back against Kevin Morgan. No competition really, he wanted the kind bounce. There it is, that's a fantastic try. Well, Kevin Morgan will be pleased to get back in the Welsh jersey and so much space from his own line there. Don't often get that at this level of rugby. But Japan are struggling when Wales three-quarters get the ball.
The conversion right in front of the sticks. It's 3 out of 3 successful kicks for Stephen Jones. And amazingly, considering their struggles on this tour so far, Wales are 21 points to the good after just 14 minutes play.
Yes, I was watching the build-up. Let's have a look at this replay first. There's the angle, first of all. He came in straight. And it's only opposed by the number 8, chips over the full-back, and it's all about pace. Where was the blindside wing? No one near it, no one covering back. And Kevin Morgan has it all to himself. Good soccer skills, and then he wants the kind bounce. He's got that. Tremendous try.
Stay back. Get the line up, get the line up.
And Wales are amazingly running riot.
Running riot. What a moment for young Andy Lloyd. Working hard to be up there with him. Disaster mistake by Tuidraki there. Chipping ahead, Gareth Thomas charges down and wants that ball to bounce up. Then he's looking for support. And look at the Welsh jerseys there. Andrew Lloyd, the back row man, doing his work. Good try.
Look at that grin. Yeah. He's enjoying the moment.
Well, I think Wales can't believe how they started so easy. Japan making numerous mistakes.
As Stephen Jones chips over his 4th conversion. He did a lot of kicking from long distance yesterday here at the Hanazono Stadium. He hasn't needed it so far, with 4 conversions to his credit.
It was a disaster of a chip ahead by Tuidraki, wasn't it, really? And then there was no one behind him when he did, when it was charged down. But the Welsh had numbers there, and Andrew Lloyd says thank you very much.
Andrew Lloyd then has fought for first team opportunities at Bath, who have quite an enclave of Welshmen. Andy Moore is taking responsibility for these restarts well. Stephen Jones across field, Gareth Thomas, and Gareth Thomas breaks the line again, looks for support, he's got it to his right from Gareth Cooper, can't quite find him. Now, this could be still on if Wales can get it out quickly. Stephen Jones, Kevin Morgan trying to step back inside and straighten the line. Cooper, the kick down the blind side for Shane Williams to chase, and if this stays in field, there could be another try for Wales. Shane Williams knocks it down. Wales have try number 5 in 17 minutes.
Well, that was great vision by Gareth Cooper. He saw that there was no one on that blind side. The full back was in midfield, as he's saying, how did they score there? But it's quite simple then. You're working hard enough in defence, the Japanese. And Shane Williams, great pace and good soccer skills as well. It was good vision by Gareth Cooper to see that there was a gap there. And then look at the pace of Shane Williams as well to keep that ball in and then dabs it down. Japan are a shambles at the moment, aren't they?
Well, Shane Williams taking advantage as Matsuda limps painfully away, the full-back.
But in modern rugby, it's all about closing down the midfield, and Japan have allowed Gareth Thomas to get over that gain line every time he's had the ball. He's doing the damage, and then once you cross the gain line in modern rugby, look for support, and Wales are providing it in full.
Stephen Jones's most difficult conversion kick so far. He can't have imagined he'd have so much kicking practice. This one's his first failure though, and it's Japan 0, Wales 33.
Yes, we were saying earlier that he was talking to the management, Lynn Howells, Nigel Walker, Gary John, etc., Clive Griffiths. He was saying they'd be happy with any sort of victory, so they can't believe that they could make a start like this. But they played some lovely rugby, they've worked particularly hard, and their handling's been superb.
Matsuda then the first casualty of the Japanese side. Gareth Cooper's had a very confident start. He only won his first cap as a last-minute replacement in Italy. Wales will have the confidence to run from everywhere now. Gavin Thomas in midfield, offloads to Craig Quinnell. Adrian Durston doing some donkey work. Moore and Stephen Jones, Gareth Thomas. This time the Japanese have managed to get a hand on him. Cooper rakes it out. Whistle had already gone.
Red ball.
And Wales get the put-in from Rob Dixon.
Red going forward, red ball.
Wales going forward is the call from Mr. Dixon, which is why they get the put-in.
Come on, let's have it from half. I want it quicker.
And it's surprising, really, that this Japanese scrum seems to be struggling, considering that the champion Suntory got virtual parity against Wales last weekend. 21 is Ken Iwabushi of Saracens. Japan will lose money for his introduction because of a sponsorship row, but Japan get a free kick and an attacking opportunity from the scrum. Now they're just 10 metres out. Murata, Onishi on the blind side, to Indraki, the powerful Fijian. Ball in field, back with Onishi. Just ankle tapped by Kevin Morgan. Now, how did Wales pinch that one? To Indraki underneath it. Mark Jones, a good pursuit there. Japanese not getting behind to Indraki to support him. And Wales get the opportunity to move further out of defence.
The Japanese forwards surprisingly looking very ponderous. They're not working hard, and Wales looking much faster all around. They've also got no shape in attack. They're huddled around the set piece instead of putting a bit of wit to their game. At some moments where they've attacked, the whole 15 have been around the ruck and maul.
Wales just getting a few words from the referee about too much chat. Mr. Dixon has wandered over as Craig Quinnell gets a little bit of treatment from the physio Andy Maggs. Stephen Jones will push play down this near touchline in the shadow of the main stand. And the shadow is certainly the place to be this afternoon, but Wales turning up the heat on Japan. Stephen Jones, vital role at fly half. He's the vice captain of this side, even though it's only his fourth start. His first at fly half for over a year, but Welsh forwards in action now, as Iestyn Thomas was leading the drive there over the halfway line.
That's legal one, leave him.
Stephen Jones, missed pass to Gareth Thomas, again the miss. Mark Jones to Shane Williams, looked to touch forward, Wales have got away with it. Williams didn't quite get away. But they've got plenty of men going right if they can fire the passes out. It's Craig Quinnell in the right wing position. That was a nice give and take to Kevin Morgan. And Kevin Morgan is going to score his second try. And Wales is sixth. And that was all too easy.